Yo, what's going on guys, Max here and welcome back to another video. In this video I'll be showing you guys how to get better at Fortnite on PC, PS4 or Xbox One, whatever console or platform you play on, it doesn't matter. The main thing I'm going to be focusing on today is showing you how to improve at Fortnite fast, and I'll be giving you many different tips and revealing the things you can do to get better at the game. If you guys skip this video, good luck trying to get better at Fortnite, because I guarantee that if you don't watch this video, you'll definitely slow down the process of getting good at the game. So you better stick around. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. The first thing I'm going to be talking about today is training your aim in Fortnite. I've talked about improving your aim more in depth in a previous video, so you can check that out if you want. I will leave a link to the video in the top right hand corner of this one, so definitely watch that. However, today I'll just be showing you an amazing map which was made by Gearzy, an absolute legend in the YouTube Fortnite scene. This course is absolutely perfect because it has all the new weapons which dominate the current meta, the combat shotgun and the drum gun. And this will allow you to train things like flick shots and tracking with these guns, and make your accuracy way better if you practice the course for about 20 minutes every time before you start playing pubs or arena games in Fortnite. This course also includes a build warm-up, AR practice, shotgun flicks and SMG tracking. If you are interested in improving your aim, you should definitely try this map and it will give you great results. I will leave the code for the map down in the description below. Another way you can improve aim if you play on PC is through Kovacs. If you guys don't know what Kovacs is, it's a program which lets you choose a map and train your tracking, flick shots and literally any type of aim you like. The only problem is I have never played Fortnite on a PC, however I'm sure there are many guides to training your aim on Kovacs, and you can check that out on somebody else's channel after finishing this video, if you're interested in that of course. The second thing you absolutely need to do to improve at Fortnite is play creative. When I say play creative, I obviously mean you should 1v1, not run around and build a castle. If you have friends who play Fortnite, that's even better, as you both can improve your gameplay by 1v1ing each other. Many pro players take a lot of their time 1v1ing other players. They usually do it with the duo they're playing with in between scrims or World Cup qualifiers. And 1v1s really help you develop your building and accuracy, and I found that it just makes your gameplay much more consistent as your muscle memory builds up over time. After a while of doing 1v1s with your friends, you should start noticing that your building and accuracy is improving, and that's great. You'll also be able to have a much smoother transition into your future seasons if you use the guns that dominate the current meta, and so you'll become much better at the game basically. If you don't have friends who play Fortnite, you can just join the Discord for your region that's aimed at 1v1s and all that creative stuff. And if you don't have Discord or don't know how to use it, just look it up online and then look for a 1v1 Discord on Google or YouTube. The next thing you need to do to get better at Fortnite is watch pro players. I know that sounds weird, but let me explain. If you don't have the time to watch pros play the game, it's likely that you will progress in Fortnite much slower. Constantly watching pro players can be really helpful for your personal gameplay, because you'll be able to see the rotations they take and how they position themselves in fights. If you really pay attention to their gameplay, you'll also see the key decisions they make, especially in competitive play such as World Cup qualifiers or arena games in the final zones. Sometimes it is better to watch a pro for half an hour than play that same amount of time yourself. I mean, they are pros after all, and they know what's best in the game, as they spend hours every single day practicing and trying different things. Like, it is literally their job to do that for their viewers. When you are watching the stream or YouTube video, you don't want to just be sitting back and chilling. You want to be questioning why the pro player you are watching did what he just did, and try to remember the things they do for your own good. For example, if the pro is taking a fight with no shields, they'll most likely be very careful and overbuild to make sure the opponent doesn't find out that they are on white health. Same goes for all the other situations the streamer finds themselves in. You should always look out for the little things they do, and it will definitely help you get better at the game. The fourth thing I'll be talking to you about is edit maps. There are so many edit maps out there now, it is crazy. So don't start saying you can't find a good map for improving your edits, because you can. These edit courses can really help if your editing is your weak spot at the moment, as they'll help you get that consistency, and over time you'll easily be able to start speeding up your pace on your editing. Editing was a skill that was way more useful before when the pump shotgun was in the game, as you were able to one-tap people. However, it is still great for catching your opponents off guard, which makes great plays. Editing is also heavily used in scrims and things like arena games, so you should take some time to improve editing, as that aspect of the game will help you improve as a player much quicker. Another thing about having clean edits is you can enter various competitions for money if you can speedrun an editing map, so good luck to those that will try and go for that. The next thing I will be covering is game sense. This is something you simply cannot practice in creative, so you're gonna have to play some real Fortnite, my friend. If you don't know what game sense is, it is basically your game knowledge and the key decisions you make in game. And the easiest way you can improve your game sense is by playing Fortnite loads and watching big streamers and looking at how they play and what they do and implementing those things into your own game. The important things you need to do to get better game sense is have excellent map knowledge and knowing where people rotate to. These things are important, but there's much more to game sense than that. You need to be able to adapt to the situation you are in every game to survive, because every game is different and you need to be ready for it. There aren't many ways to cheat the system of playing Fortnite consistently, however I have found something that works in pubs. Instead of dropping at locations like Tilted, Mega Mall or Paradise Palms, you could try to go for quieter drops that aren't as popular as the places I've just mentioned. This will make your games last much longer, and you can actually try to go for wins and try your best to stay alive. This will improve your game sense in the long term, because you'll be able to judge different situations based on what is going on in the game. For example, you won't take stupid fights that you are unlikely to win, and you will know when to disengage. This all comes down to numerous hours of gameplay and experience. And another thing you can do to speed up improving your game sense apart from playing passively is watching back how you died and trying to understand what caused that death. This can either be done by recording your gameplay or by going to replay mode if you have that on, as you will be able to view your mistakes from different perspectives. And this might not sound helpful, but in fact it is very useful, and you'll be able to review your death and why it happened. And this should also help you stop rage if you die, and actually put an emphasis on focusing at getting better at the game in your head. It did for me anyway. Moving on, we're going to be talking about something in creative once again. And as much as I hate creative warriors, this is probably the best thing out of all of creative in my opinion. What I am talking about here is Turtle Wars and Zone Wars. Both of these are great, as they give you a taste for the final zones in tight games and the lost zones in scrims or any other competitive game modes. Both game modes are great, but from my experience you should definitely focus on Zone Wars, as your rotations will be more realistic and the loot you get is different every single round. As I said, these game modes are the ones you should really invest in, as they save you a lot of time you would sort of waste in arena games looting, and it cuts straight to the action. I've seen many pros like Tfue, Ghost X and Cloak play Zone Wars, and it not only lets you improve quickly, but it's also very fun. And into the last tip of the video, guys. All you gotta do to get good at Fortnite is play a lot. And when I say a lot, I'm talking at least a few times a week. Otherwise your muscle memory will start fading, and other players will just simply have the upper hand against you, because they play the game more regularly and feel more comfortable aiming and building and all that other stuff. Have you guys ever gone on a holiday for a few weeks and came back home and played some Fortnite? It is crazy how weird it feels to hold a controller and even carry out simple tasks in game. This is probably the most simple tip out of all in this video, but it is the most important one. There is no way you're going to be good at Fortnite if you don't play it very often. So if you really want to become a better player, you should focus on playing the game as much as you can, as it puts you into loads of different in-game scenarios that you would not be able to play through if you are watching somebody else, for example. And that is it for today, guys. I hope I was able to help you out, and if I did, make sure to leave a like and a comment. I always reply unless I don't see them comments. Also, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to never miss another upload. And on that note, I am out, guys. Peace.